Hello and welcome to this edition of Forex Successes training sessions. Today we're going to talk about lot size, a guide to determining your lot size or your volume when you place an order. This is a critical part of the process. So we are going to take a look now at a standard order form as it would appear on our MT4 platform. And it's going to look something like this. And you see there the volume, that is our lot size. In this case, it is 2 standard lots. So always make sure you check your lot size. And as I said, this chart shows 2 standard lots. So each pip would be worth how much with 2 standard lots entered as our volume? Remember? That's right. It's going to be $20 per pip because a standard lot, one standard lot, is $10 per pip. So obviously 2 times 10, in this case, 20 bucks. So this would be a $20 per pip trade. That's pretty high. Alrighty, let's review just very, very briefly the power of our volume or lot size. And remember, always enter your trade with a good idea of what your volume or lot size should be. And lot size always determines pip value. Again, one standard would be entered in this way, and that would be $10 per pip. One mini, which would be entered this way, is $1 per pip. So a volume of 3 minis, or a third of a standard, would be how much per pip? You got it. That's $3 per pip. So keep that in mind as you are working with your trades. Now here is a good rule of thumb. And again, this is not a hard and fast rule. This is a 30,000-foot view of how we would enter lot sizes. In a $10,000 account, you should not enter lot sizes above 1. Keep them somewhere between half a standard and a full standard. If it's a $5,000 account, 5 to 10, keep it at a quarter to a half, or 2.5 minis to 5 minis. And a smaller than $5,000 account is going to have to be 1 mini to 2.5 minis, or a tenth to a quarter of a standard lot. Alrighty, how much should I risk then in a typical trade? Well, we've given you that 30,000-foot view, but now here are some more of the particulars. How much should I risk in a typical trade? And we would urge you to consider this rule of thumb: 1 to 3% of your total account value. You should never put more than 1 to 3% of your total account value on the line in any one trade. So try and keep it somewhere within those parameters. Typical traders, banks, etc., usually between 1 and 1.5. So we're recommending somewhere between 1 and 3. Alrighty. Obviously, the more you put at risk, the more aggressive the trade. 1% less aggressive, 2 a little higher, 3 higher still. So keep that in mind. The percentage will dictate the level of risk. Okay, so let's just break it down a minute. Let's assume we've got a $5,000 account, and so we're going to split the difference between 1 and 3, and we're just going to say 2. So what is 2% of a $5,000 account? That obviously would be $100. So we're not going to risk losing more than $100 in any given trade. So then, let's take a look at what our potential stop loss would be. Well, let's assume we put in a trade with a potential for a 20 pip loss. That's my stop loss. So then what should I set my lot size at if I'm only willing to lose $100 or 2% of my 5,000? Then obviously a potential for a 20 pip loss means that my pips can't be worth more than $5, because obviously 20 pips times 5 would be 100. So if I took that loss, there we would be. So I would enter my trade with a half a standard or 5 minis, and that would make each pip worth $5. So a 20 pip potential loss times $5 per pip, there's my $100 or my 2% of my account value. See how that works? And again, folks, it's critical that you do not overprice your trade by putting in too high a lot size, all right? So simply use a simple little formula just like this. Either grab a calculator, a piece of scratch paper, whatever, and do some simple math. And then once you've determined what 1, 2, or 3% of your total account value is, that will give you a great idea of what to set your volume or your lot size at when it comes to the trade. So again, if this were a trade that we were doing, we would simply enter 0.50, 5 minis or a half a standard there in the volume line. All right. So let's draw some conclusions from all this. And what might those conclusions be? Well, we talked about rules of thumb. There really is no hard and fast rule when it comes to determining your lot size. What we've given you are just kind of some general instructions, kind of a rough overview of what that should. Well, that's not exactly true. There is one hard and fast rule. And that hard and fast rule is the number one reason why people lose in Forex, besides not having a good system and the kind of training they need, is they get greedy. And if you get greedy and you start putting in, a full lot, 2 lots, 3 lots, you will ultimately lose. So don't get greedy. And when in doubt, slide to the conservative side. All right. Just one more quick update. We are offering a special. We have created an Excel spreadsheet that will help you calculate what your lot size should be. Very simple. Just go to www.getforexalerts.com/members area, and that will give you access to that Excel sheet. Not terribly complex, but sometimes very helpful. So we hope this has been good for you. Thanks much, and great trading to all of you.